we're a good portion of the way in to the season. How do you feel about the progress you've made?
Still, it still feels like we're still in a learning curve. We're trying to get our message across to the way we want to play. We see it filter through, and we see us do it, and then we see us not do it. And this, you've got young lads, and you've just got to keep on and on. Repetitions, the key thing. Reinforcement in training, also a key thing. And what we don't want to do is with young lads, you don't want to take their expression away from them. So you don't want to you don't want to keep making the decisions for them, because they're going to have to make plenty that they can't rely on you to make, you know what I mean? So that's still broadening the knowledge of decision making, which it's probably the most difficult aspect of coaching, but it's probably the most important one. And we're still in that stage, really, and we've got to be flexible in our approach. And when we do pass it, we look very, very good. I smiled to myself on Saturday, because our keeper kept hold of the ball for quite a while with the ball at his feet, and our crowd got a little bit restless. And then suddenly, bang, bang, we had 2 passes and we were away down the wing. And, we've got to play with that kind of patience.
You mentioned the word flexible. Are you having to think outside the box in terms of your team selection and approach, because things like Matt Lowe playing at right back, how has that come about, and what are your thoughts on that?
Well, we put him there for his legs, and he adapted quite well. So we thought, we're playing at home, it's an opportunity to try and stamp our authority on the game quite early with a forceful approach. So basically playing 2 forward-thinking players as fullbacks. And that's not to detract from Louis Shipley or Calvin Miller. They're equally as good going forward. But we just thought with people who are more or less forwards, we could maybe get that initiative and get that first goal, which we did. And he did ever so well, Matt. I think he ended up in team of the week, didn't he? All the lads on Saturday night were joking it was a new position, strike back instead of right back. But the thing about Matt is, you'd ask him to play in goal, he'd give us all. And he's a smashing lad, smashing character. And I'm really pleased for him that's worked out for him.
So, is the strike back going to stay as a strike back, or what's your thinking going forward?
I think you've known me long enough to know, Adam, that I don't continually show my hand, do I? No. But you know what? We've been forced to do quite a few things that we wouldn't normally do because of the injuries that we've had. We've practically lost half the team that started the season. So, big boost getting Jay Rich back. He's looked lively in training as well, so that'll be a big boost for us. But, we're constantly having to shuffle the pack because of injuries, and that's something it blighted us last season, and hopefully it won't blight us too much this season.
Josh Andrews obviously got the 2 goals at the weekend. Have you got a striker there who you think is going to get better and better as the season goes on?
We know Josh can get better. Josh knows he can get better. I think he was very good on Saturday, by the way. I think his overall play was very good. And he just got a little bit isolated in the second half. And he was carrying a knock anyway. So, we were forced to take him off, which we didn't want to. But I thought Cody come on and did well. And Cody's got to show that appetite that he showed. When he come on, he showed he cared, which you could be forgiven for. I know he does, but you could be forgiven for thinking that he didn't with some of his body language. And he's a good lad, Cody, and people shouldn't take too much things on face value of what they say, because it's difficult. He's still finding his way. He's a very, very talented footballer, and when we get him on the ball, he can be as big a handful as anybody in this league.
Ben Woods has started the last 3 games since he came to the club. How pleased are you with that?
Yeah, Ben again is finding his feet. He's finding his feet at this level. He's played in Scotland for a little bit. Obviously come through with good coaching at pro clubs. And it's a different kind of footballer he's got to play, and he's adapting to it, and he's adapting well.
The goalkeeping situation is obviously one of the injuries you talk about. John McCracken, how How well has he settled in?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good lad as well, so he settled in really well with the players. And he's a good keeper. Very, very calm with his feet. His distribution's excellent. And we're very pleased that we've got him.
Does Jack McIntyre come into your thoughts tomorrow?
He will do, yeah. You know, but we've got to do what's best for ourselves tomorrow. We want to win the game tomorrow. And then that's not saying that we won't win the game if Jack McIntyre plays. We want to win the game Saturday as well. So we've got a lot on our plate this week that we've got to mull over and get the decisions right.
You did really well in this competition, obviously, last season. You've never let go of the desire to go far in it. You've already beaten Carlisle, so again, it's another game to go and try and win.
Yeah, and I'm sure Harrogate will think the same. So, you know, it's going to be a tough game. We know that. Well, every game we play is going to be tough. We know. We're under no illusions of that. And all we can do is govern what we do. And you've got to do that with half an eye on Saturday as well. You know, because the league is very, very important. And so we've got to get it right, and that's our job. That's what we get paid for.